What's up, y'all? It's your girl Age, and I am here finally to talk about episode 8 of Pit Babe. I really don't want to get into anything behind the scenes, so without further ado, let's get into it. So the episode starts off with Kimmy, and he was caught by Tony and his men on the video surveillance snooping through their stuff. Tony was like, oh no. He told Kim, don't think that just because you're not an alpha that you cannot be sold, because dead men sell too. Then they decide to trap Kim in the building somewhere. I don't even know where it's at. But all I know is that they have to save Kim, okay? The next scene is Alan and Jeff, and they are eating in lawn chairs and just having a chat. That's when Jeff asks Alan, hey, are you going to fire me? And Alan is like, why? Why would I fire you? He said because he's one of Tony's sons. And basically that because Tony is y'all's enemy, like, I don't know if you would want me to work here. Alan was like, oh, no. You can stay here. Because y'all know that Alan's not going to fire his baby. Because what we know is Alan kind of loved Jeff. Even if Alan himself won't admit it. Then Alan asked Jeff, hey, what's your power? Since you're an alpha, like, what's your power? Why are you one of Tony's kids? And he basically tells Jeff, like, he's never seen Jeff use any powers before. And Jeff responds to Alan, like, people are scared of my powers. So when I tell you, I'm going to need you to not tell anyone what they are. Then Jeff went ahead and explained his powers to Alan. And Alan asked in return, have you ever used your powers on me? Better yet, have you ever touched me like that? And Jeff was like, no, I never used my powers on you like that. And also, I'm never touching you. You're the one who's always touching me. Alan was like, oh, yeah, I kind of am the one always touching you. And then Jeff explains the reason why he's telling Alan this about his powers is because he doesn't want to be the same person that he was before in the past, always being standoffish and shying away from people. I personally think that this was a really cute scene. It's a step further in Alan and Jeff's little relationship. Then the next scene is my baby Way being a long-suffering wife who feels like he's been cheated on and betrayed when he wasn't even in a relationship to begin with, okay? He is at the bar with Pete. And Way is on some kind of get back shit, in my opinion. Talking about being a good person gets you nowhere, and sometimes it's good to be bad. Oh, Way, what is he gonna do? And Pete is just looking at Way like, what? Like, don't lose yourself. He's like kind of trying to chill him out. But Way is like, no, I just have to do what I needed to do from the beginning. And I'm just like, wait a minute. What did you need to do from the beginning, Way? What is he about to do? Anyway, so later Pete is discussing dropping out of the auctions with his company Beyond Group. Pete didn't want Beyond Group to be in any auctions in the first place, but he is instead trying to figure out what is Tony's source of funding. And I wonder why. I feel like Pete is doing some sort of investigating of Tony and his company, and we all know Tony is a slimy bastard, so we're just going to keep an eye on what the heck Pete is doing as well. In the next scene, Babe and Charlie goes into a hotel rumored to be Kim's room 721. And my first reaction when I first saw this scene was, why is the room door unlocked? Anyway, the reason why Charlie and Babe are looking for Kim is because Kim hadn't been racing in a few days. North and Sonic with his cute ass, had been investigating his whereabouts. I guess Kim and Babe are, they're friends now, ever since that day when they were at the bar. So when I get into the room, it is wrecked with all kind of blood all over the place, and Babe, he begins to take pictures. Then Charlie, using Babe's powers, get a sense that something is in the room, and then all of a sudden this man pops out with a gun and points it at Charlie. So the boyfriends double team the dude, then they get away, but another one comes, and then another gunman, but they managed to escape. But Tony was oddly watching them from a surveillance video, looking pissed that Charlie and Babe got away. Okay, so all the henchmen are there, the boys get away, boom. Then, next we see Jeff. He has an odd vision of someone bloodied and being shot. It was quick scene. I had to pause it to kind of like look and see what it was. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Ken to Ken is out here selling children, okay? Talking about there's nothing better than giving kids a place to stay. Lies. They need sponsors to give them more money to fund their nefarious shit. But luckily, my boy Pete was on the scene, scooping things out and taking photos. But damn, Kenta Ken got Pete. He caught Pete snooping around, and Kenta was like, don't get involved, Pete. And Pete was like, you can stop this, Ken. Stop selling kids? Okay. Like, I'm getting the feeling that these two kind of know each other beforehand, okay? Not gonna lie. I even sense a little bit of sexual tension, but that might be just me. I might be seeing things because I see sexual tension everywhere. Anyway, especially when Kenta was holding a knife to Pete's throat. Or maybe it was just me. Either way, I get a really nasty vibes. And take the word nasty how you want to. And meanwhile, my boy Jeff is still tripping, seeing his vision of someone covered in blood. So Jeff takes it upon himself to begin to snoop on Tony. Tony is talking to someone about Babe, saying, what's taking so long, the thing that I had asked you to do. Then we find out that the person that Tony is talking to is apparently an enigma. And y'all know, according to legend, enigmas are even better and more powerful than alphas. So who could this person be? Tony told the person he knows he didn't want to hurt Babe, but just bring Babe back to him. Whoever that person is, Tony wants them to bring Babe back to Tony. And apparently, whoever this enigma is that's talking to Tony, Jeff knows exactly who this person is because of the shocked look on his face. He is shocked as hell when he sees this person. So I'm assuming that this enigma is somebody that we know. Then Jeff decides that he's going to go ahead and try to text somebody to snitch on whoever that enigma was. But of course he runs into Kenta Ken with those thick ass arms. Y'all, Kenta Ken is sexy, okay? But yeah, damn. Kenta is everywhere in this story, okay? He's catching everybody. And Kenta tells Jeff that he's supposed to be loyal to Tony's house. Uh-oh. Then there's a scene where Babe is taking care of Charlie after the accident. I love how in BLs, there's always someone taking care, quote unquote, of someone. And there's always this big ass Q-tip that they're using to clean the wounds. Always a big ass Q-tip, okay? Always. So this whole scene is just them being like really cute and kissing. And so they do sex, but it's kind of off screen, but it's implied. And then there's a little promo for face cream, and yeah, we're gonna skip to the next scene. I love the promos, like the obvious promos in the shows. Okay, my baby Kim. So we see the boys of the ex-hunter looking at a photo that they received from someone from the Red Racing team. Blood on a window or a mirror, and they're sure that it's Kim's. And the boys are brainstorming on what to do because the police may not be able to help them. They know Tony is targeting and attacking them, and they know that they have to do something about Kim and just the whole situation. So it is decided that North and Sonic will spy on Winter to try to see where Kim is. Babe asks Wade to help him get evidence on Tony selling kids to rich people, and Babe has a picture of a kid who he believes was sold to one of Wade's patrons at his showroom. Because, Wade has the cars that he shows to people. Anyway, Babe mentions that the man is part of this BU club. We'll get into that club later. All you need to know now is that it is very expensive to get into it, okay? So, Wade said that he would help Babe meet the man, but when Wade agreed, Wade's face kind of looked very suspicious. His face always looks so suspicious. Suspicious is the word, okay? His emotions show on his face, Wade. So next we see Wei standing in a hallway partaking in his very unhealthy habit of smoking, but in this instance, with his very handsome self, it's adding to his just really somber expression. Babe appears and he sees Wei, then apologizes for missing their meeting, claiming that he wanted to talk to Charlie about Tony's human trafficking. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, Wei don't want to hear about Charlie, and neither do I, to be honest. Anyway, Wei has been in his feelings, and he basically tells Babe, you don't really care about me, not really, and you've always just did anything to me because you knew that I would just take it and not go anywhere. Oh my gosh, when you take your friends for granted, it is honestly, truly not cool, you guys, okay? And Wei continues and says, you just pushed me aside to love this random boy suddenly, and you know I've loved you for a while. So, of course, Wei still wants to be around Babe, so he says, you know what, take me to dinner to make it up to me and to make me not angry. Babe happily agrees, and they walk away, quote-unquote, happy. This whole scene was just basically a Band-Aid for a bursting dam in their friendship that's about to occur, probably. So Alan is looking for Jeff, but we all know he ran into kin to kin after trying to snitch on whoever that enigma was. So who knows where Jeff is currently? I hope Jeff is okay. So Sonic and North are staking out in a car. I don't know what to think of these two because, like, I like their little dynamic, but I also don't know exactly what they are. I don't really think they're technically in a relationship, but the way they be acting sometimes. Anyway, here, there's another shameless promo, but North feeds Sonic this little snack, and it's so adorable. Yeah, you can't tell me that they don't like each other. Look at the way Sonic looks at him, okay? But I don't know, they just, they're not all the way in a relationship to me yet. Anyway, then North is like, what if Tony kidnaps me? Would you save me? Sonic is like, no. Me, I personally call bullshit because, like, that's his secondhand man. But I don't know if they're going to make it a relationship, and I hope they do. Ooh. But let's bounce back to this BU association. So Bae is about to make a car deal with the man he agreed to help Babe meet. We see this man gambling and using the kid's special abilities to help him cheat and make money gambling. This is the same alpha kid that he had purchased from Tony. Bae, Babe, and Charlie sees the abuse and exploitation of the kid up front. While Wei is making the deal, Babe and Charlie goes and looks for the child. And I'm wondering, are they going to try to steal the child back from the man? I hope so, but I don't know how feasible that is. Anyway, the boy's name is Andy. Babe wants to have Andy as evidence that Tony isn't adopting kids, but instead is selling the kids to the rich people for their personal uses. And to be honest, that is fucking disgusting, okay? Andy doesn't want to help because he believes he cannot be helped. Also, Mr. Dong, that's the man that Babe wanted to meet, Mr. Dong put a tracking bracelet on him as well. Then they decide to get into this brawl, escape the club, and then gets a gun pulled on them by this cockeyed motherfucker. I'm sorry. He made me laugh when I first saw him. Anyway, Ray knocks the cockeyed motherfucker out, and they all escape. Okay, so back to Sonic and North sneaking around after Winter in the same library with the kids and the bodyguards. Okay, is Winter pimping children as well? I am sure that he is. And how did Winter not see those two when they were right there sneaking around? I don't know. Maybe he's not vigilant. Or maybe he is. And this next scene, guys, Pavel looks so sexy in this shirt, y'all. Charlie is one lucky mother chucker that he gets to touch that. I see why Babe is jealous. But Babe's attitude is still ass to me, okay? Anyway, this is a sweet moment of Babe and Charlie talking on the steps. Babe actually tells Charlie, don't risk your life for me. But Charlie is like, I'll do anything for you. And Babe asks, is it worth it? Charlie says yes. It's a hard to get that type of dedication these days. Okay, guys, let me just let you guys know. I like this relationship because Charlie, he really down for Babe. Even though I give both of them much shit and this whole relationship, but I honestly don't mind them together, okay? Babe better grab on to this relationship with Charlie and everything that comes with it and hold on to it because he really got somebody who's down for him. Anyway, next, we finally see Kim, okay? North and Sonic follow Winter to where Tony has been keeping him. Kim is badly beaten up, kind of unconscious, honestly. And Winter, he went into that room just to basically taunt Kim with, like, the stupidest words. Then he leaves. And after some contemplation, Sonic and North decide to break into the room, steal Kim, try to escape, only to be spotted by Winter. I feel like it was a setup from the jump, okay? So Kim and North immediately start fighting the men. North told Sonic to run. And to be honest, I think that's so sweet. You can't tell me they're not gonna... I don't know if they're gonna be in a relationship, but I really want them to. Anyway, but we'll revisit that later. Then Winter pulls a goddamn gun out, points it at North and Sonic, but then Alan quickly arrives and they get into the Jeep, leaving Kim. Okay, I was surprised that they left Kim. I was like, how in the hell could y'all leave Kimmy? That is so damn bad. But at the same time, I get it. Save your own men first. I really thought that Kim was in that Jeep at first, and then I saw that he wasn't, and I was so sad. And last but not least, the last quick scene, we see Jeff alive, but lying tied up on the ground in some room. It looks like it's a dance studio. Anyway, we'll get more into that next episode. And that concludes episode 8 of Pit Babes. See you in the next video, loves.